Well, thank you for joining me for this first devotional. I'm going to try and do something kind of, you might say, interesting in this very first devotional. I'm going to try and prove to you or anybody else out there that God exists. Most people say to me, they say, "Hey, Joe, if you can prove to me God exists, I will believe." So I'm going to attempt to do that today in this very first devotional. And I start by kind of sharing this little moment with you. My very first big decision I ever had to make in life, I can still remember. I was in the third grade, 9 years old, at Sand Hill Elementary School. And basically, here's what the teacher was telling me in class. That two amoeba happened to hit 2 billion years ago, and I was the result. And I was thinking about that now. I'm going, hey, listen, that doesn't sound real good to me. Because what she's basically saying is what? I'm an accident. Okay? So if you stop and think about that, are we accidents? That's one of the things that the world tells us. That we evolved from something. Something blew up. We got here by accident. Now, thank goodness my mother and grandmother had me in church. And in church, that pastor was telling me something totally different. He was telling me there was a loving God who was all-powerful, all-knowing, and all-loving. He looked down, knit me together in my mother's womb. He made me special and different, and he wanted to have a personal relationship with me. And so, that's my first big decision. Accident or the loving God that made me? And I got to tell you, that was an easy decision for me. I got up, went forward in church at 9 years old. I said, God, I know I'm no accident. I know that you are there. I know that you made me. And I want to have a personal relationship with you. That was 9 years old. Now, I also share with people, in talking about could we possibly have got here by accident? I kind of use this little illustration also. I say, take a look at my watch. If any of you out there looked at this watch and I asked you, what do you think about this watch? Everybody would say what? Complicated piece of machinery. Second hand, minute hand, very complicated. All right? Then if I asked you, okay, do you believe that there's a watchmaker? Every single person out there through common deduction would say, yeah, complicated piece of machinery, can't be an accident. Somebody had to make it. Now think about it. You haven't met him, you've never talked to him, but you believe there's a watchmaker. Think about this world and the way it's put together. We have the plants that put off the oxygen you and I breathe. We have men, women, the ability to love each other. I remember standing outside waiting for my first grandson to be born. Heard him crying. 10 minutes later, they put him in my arms. I can still remember the very first thing. They put him in my arms. I swear to you, he went just like this. His eyes went right to mine. It was like he was saying, Coach, let's get it on. That little guy and the feelings I have for him and the world, the way this is crafted, I offer that to you as first proof that God exists. This world and the way it's made cannot be an accident. Somebody had to make it. If you've enjoyed these Chalk Talks, subscribe to our channel and visit GamePlanForLife.com.